Get Haunted, where you are the investigator. Get Haunted. Paranormal Investigations isn't a show. It's your experience. Join this premier paranormal event company for real investigations at some of the nation's most haunted locations. This isn't a tour. This is hands-on. You'll use real equipment, explore active sites, and dive into the unknown. No scripts, no actors, just you, the gear, and whatever's waiting in the dark. Perfect for both first-timers and seasoned ghost hunters. Each event is guided by experienced investigators. But the discoveries, they're yours to make. 2025 is already jam-packed with incredible locations across the nation. Space fills up fast, so make sure to book your tickets now. Dare to get haunted? Find your next investigation at gethaunted.com.
It is Wednesday. It is midweek, midday, and you are right here with Rob and Sara. We were distracted. We were like having a big old conversation. It was like, oh, we're like 5 seconds out.
Yeah. It's very big topic. It's important.
It's important. Welcome everybody. Hey, Rob.
Hi.
How are you this fine Wednesday?
I'm all right. It's Wednesday.
It's
still
Wednesday.
Here.
You're still here. You are.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want, why don't let's say hello as people are getting on and joining us for this fabulous, fine Wednesday in conversation of paranormal and community. I'm going to say hello to everybody. We have Sandra, Miss Sandy Pickle, Get Social, show host, also Get Haunted crew member, also fantastic mother and friend and family to us. Hello, Miss Sandy. We have Professor T with a big giant brain as his picture right there. That is so true. That is so true.
With little legs.
Does he have little legs?
No, I'm just picturing the brain. Never mind.
We should do that. We should make that a t-shirt. Chris, Mr. Horror Road Trip, also Get Haunted Midwest, coming up. His first event, November 1st, right there at Rock Island Roadhouse in Rock Island, Illinois. We're so excited for him, and he's killing it with every day coming out with a promo. Okay, Chris, calm down. We get it. You have an event coming up.
Yeah, we know. We got it. If I could muster another 14-hour fucking drive, I would go. But
I know, like, to be able to see him, like, really step out. Yeah, you can.
And fuel for, the Get Haunted private jet is getting expensive because of all the tariffs. So.
Yeah, it is. It is. But we're so excited for you, Chris. Seriously. There she is, the fantastic, fabulous Miss Carrie C. Pink Hands. I loved getting to meet her in person at the Rock Island Roadhouse Expo. It was so fantastic. We even got to have a dinner with her, which was so awesome. Well, we ate dinner. She ate fries.
Yeah. She just, it was like bringing my kid out.
Yeah. She's like, fries, please. But you got to love that. You got to love that. Cool. We have Michael Sticks Cronin right here. Two Brothers Extreme. Get Haunted Merc. How the heck are ya, Mike? Mike. There she is. Kaylee Basinger, also Get Haunted Crew, also Forgotten Frames. If you guys haven't checked out her new venture into the paranormal, she's sharing her beautiful photography that she gets while she's out at these locations. They're alluring. And I actually just used one, Rob. I just did a brand new post for Whitehill coming up November 8th with Get Haunted. I just did a new posting and used one of her photos. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic photo. Check it out. You should check out my work sometimes, Rob. I actually work.
All the words came out. So I was like, wait, what?
Oh. Did you hear what I said? Or just
no? Yeah, it took a moment. It just looked like you were debating on whether you should say it.
I'm debating, not debating.
Fun. It's so much fun.
There she is, Miss Brittany Schaefer. Get Batty with Brittany. Love her. There she is. There's my girl.
Is it Schaffer or Schaefer? Because I don't even know anymore.
I say Schaefer all the time. Let us know. Are we saying it
It's
correct? I don't know.
Schaefer or Schaffer
Yeah, you
or
decide. You tell us if we're
or
saying it right.
Sahaffer.
There he is.
Sahaffer. There he is.
There's
Deadpool. Sparky.
Sparky. There's Sparky right here with us. Our good dear friend Tom Bulger right here. He
Tom
to
Bulger.
you. I threw out all my fucks too, Tom. Just FYI. I did. There's the pink hands. There's my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
See?
Oh, she had previously eaten. So she's like, hey guys, I do
Oh,
eat.
okay.
I don't just eat fries, but I do.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
I just didn't want you to be nervous in front of us.
Yeah, because we're so nerve-wracking.
Yeah, Phantasm would be another option.
Oh.
But
Look at that.
oh,
Huh.
screenshot that because it's rare. Frame it, print it at Staples for have an $11 poster made, please.
I will. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, so here we are. It is Wednesday. I mean, it took me a long time to get out of the expo fog. Get back to the swing of things. What are you smiling at?
Both of them.
What?
A long time. I don't even know you're out of it yet.
Oh, yeah. It was it was a lot of work. It was a year, I think, just getting out of that sort of mind frame after and the dedication and and it wasn't just during the day. I mean, there were some nights I was working until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then you go do it. It's like a giant wedding. Then you're like, oh, the letdown. You're like, oh, it's over. And then I was exhausted. I needed to go outside a little bit. It's like, it took a while, but we're back. We're back at it. And we have a few of our own amazing events coming up, which we're super excited about. Hey, Russell. We've got White Hill, we have Mid-O, we have New Egypt, and then we sort of go dark for events anyways, but we don't go dark as Get Haunted. We just go a little dark for events. And we start planning 2026.
Yeah, well, we have started. There's a lot going on. Yeah, it's been nonstop since we got back from Rock Island. Let me mute this shit. Oh, hold on. It's been nonstop, and it's going to be. I'm on a super secret mission this week.
You are.
And weekend.
You are.
Weekend.
Is it super secret?
Is it super secret?
I don't know. Hey, Beth. I don't know. Like, does it need to be super secret?
I don't know if it needs to be super secret.
Oh, I'm going to kick your ass.
Can't get my voice to go high today. No, I don't think it needs to be. We could talk about it at some point.
Yeah. I mean, we've got all sorts of fun things coming, and I think this weekend sort of wasn't in the plans. It wasn't on the calendar. It just sort of it was good timing, right? It was a good timing. I actually have a weekend that I'm disconnecting a little bit this weekend, just a little bit, having some girl time with one of my chickens, and just being mom this weekend, right? Just being mom this weekend. I think it kind of turned into this great opportunity for you to do some big business.
Well, when mom lets me go out, I have to go work. She gets to go hang out and get smoothies. I'll be jumping in a car tomorrow. I'm headed down to Kentucky, and I have to stop in West Point. Then I'll be headed over to Waverly Hills, and from there, probably back to West Point, get some dinner, and then take my ass over to Lexington, Kentucky. Cock-a-doodle.
Because I said I was going to see my chicken.
Oh, and there I'll be attending Scarefest for a day or maybe two. It depends on how some things go, and then I'll be driving home again one more time.
Number one, I can't believe all the places that Robert Peter Stackowitz has been to in the paranormal, that Waverly Hills has not been one of your, even just to stop by.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was pretty much confined to the Northeast there for a few years, but that is one that I haven't been to. So I'm excited. How far away from you are you from Carlisle? I think it's like an hour and a half. I don't think you spelled it right though. You didn't. So yeah, I'm excited to see the place. If y'all didn't know,
There's our friend
we're their
Steven.
official ticketing system. So I'll be popping in to make sure life is good for them. I am exactly 2 hours. Damn, that was a good guesstimate.
Yeah, are you going to be going by Brittany to get to Kentucky?
I don't fucking know. I just here's the problem with technology. It is I at least, and I know others, rely so heavily on GPS and the phone that the lost art of map reading or even owning a damn map
Yeah.
is gone. It's just gone. So,
Do you remember the books? Do you remember the
Yeah.
Atlas books that
Oh,
you'd
God,
have to
yeah.
like try to connect your trips?
That's how I got home from the army in
Yeah.
93. I had to buy, the big US one, right?
Yeah.
But then they had them by state and you could get them at rest stops. And
Oh, yeah.
you had to unfold those. Oh. Yeah, wait, I'll see you there. It was supposed to be a surprise. But I'll see you. So those days are gone, right? And without my GPS, I don't even look at the route. I just follow. I just follow where it tells me to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, listen, I used to teach land nav, Sparky, as part of I was cadre for the expert infantryman's badge. I would teach land nav, and I also taught grenade throwing. There's an art to it. It can't really fuck up. If you do, it's not good.
Yeah.
So so I taught land nav, and I was quite good at it when I had to do it. But give me a map and a compass, and I can probably get us pretty close to wherever the hell we're going. But now I realized recently that without internet, and this happened when we went to West Virginia, the first or second time, we were in the hollers of West Virginia where there's like
Nothing.
no signal, zero. And my GPS was like, yes, sorry, I can't help you right now. We were like in a massive panic mode. So I'm like, I don't know where the hell we are. So
There's
I
our
don't
friend,
know. I have
Mr.
no
Jason
idea what my
McRae.
route looks like. And because GPS is so damn smart, it changes your route,
Yeah.
to make it more efficient. But
It's
I don't
one thing
know.
I do like that when if it says like here's the faster route or you're still
Yeah.
on the fastest route.
Yeah.
Route or route? What do you say?
I think I say route, but I also say route.
I switch her up too.
I do too.
I'm
bi when it comes to maps.
Roof, like creek, crick, like
Creek,
right.
crick.
Yeah.
You're an hour south of Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't think it takes me out that way. I think it dips me down towards West Virginia, but I don't know.
I love that, Beth. Like that's how I mini adventure. We just like, let's turn down this road. And then
that works in some places. There are certain states and areas that you just shouldn't.
You want to be careful. You want to be careful doing that.
That's how you get yourself in trouble. So that's what my next few days looks like. So I'll be seeing the lovely shingled up Denise Pack and Ernie Pack, at least for a night.
Yeah.
I'll be crashing at the Ditto house.
I just
No.
think going to Waverly, I'm so excited. Like,
They don't
it's
know
one of
I'm coming either. I do have to let them know, but I'm
you
pretty sure.
probably should, yeah. But like to be able to see that beast of a location in person.
I just want a picture and touch the damn
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
But I need to talk to Charlie and Tina,
Yeah.
make sure everything's good,
Yeah.
and some other stuff.
Yeah. It's all good. It is all good. Yeah, so excited. And Scarefest, what an amazing convention they put on each and every year. One of the beasts out there to meet so many amazing people in the paranormal horror, like everything. Like it's kind of like an everything convention. So I'm so excited to see what you come back with there from there.
It's gonna be a haul, and I'm doing it alone, which makes it less fun.
Mhm.
But that's my life. Everything I do by myself.
Yeah. Oh, stop. Oh my God. Shut your pie hole. He wants his violin playing there. No,
I do
you
actually. It does take me about an hour south of Pittsburgh. I don't know what town you're in. Are you near California, Pennsylvania? There is a California, Pennsylvania.
Chris is
Chris,
picking
just meet
up.
me halfway. Meet me in Newcastle.
Yeah, that pick him up. You're gonna shoot all the way here. Although Kentucky, Lexington's not far from where Chris and I are.
Mm. Or you can
I'm
meet me
just
in Lexington. Yeah, just meet me. I'm not dipping north, yo. I got a shit enough drive ahead of me, but you can meet me out that way if you like.
Brittany, come get me. Now everybody wants you to come get them.
Yeah, see, this is why I don't talk about things.
Oh, do you see this? Do you see this, folks? I always have to do this by myself. People are like, "Hey, I'll go. Come get me." And he's like, "No."
They could come. I smoke in my car. I don't care what, so you either got a deal
Mm.
or you just follow me. Yeah, no thanks. So right now all the haunted dolls are out. I think we had a few left um after the expo. So they're down in lockup. Let's see.
Yeah, and Brittany, I'm curious. Brittany has two. I'm so curious if she's having. I did watch her on a live with Miss Diane, but I'm curious if she's got any new activity or any strange activity since adopting two um, dolls. She got some really cool
Um
ones.
I don't know, kind of fucking
Yeah, you two were smoking up a storm together at
who?
Rock Island. You and Brittany.
Oh. Yeah, but I don't know what kind of map she's using because Strongtown, whatever that shit
Oh yeah, and Carrie State
um,
got her burnt baby.
is like not south of Pittsburgh. So just DM me. I'm a little confused at your geographic skills. Yeah, so those are mostly gone. I'm hoping I find your dummy, your other dummy. Um,
Oh, she's not
you
burnt up
cleaned it?
anymore. You cleaned
Oh
her. Did you
man.
clean off the haunting then? Like, was the burnt stuff like, you know,
Yeah.
maybe you don't want to
Y'all
know.
can have it. Y'all can have them. Have fun with them.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now the ride home. Did we talk about the ride home from the expo?
No, I know we did a thank you. We did about an hour and a half thank you because, having here Jason says, come get me. He's close. He's close to where you're driving by. Not even. Talk about going north. He's silly. Um,
Um,
No, I think you kind of touched on it. You touched on hitting the tire, but we have
didn't.
not.
But did I tell the story
Yeah, you did. You told the story of hitting and how you weren't sure.
here?
Not on Wednesday Live,
Oh.
no.
Well, I'll let them vote on it. If they want to hear the story, they can. If not, I don't care.
Hold on one second.
That sounded rude, but it wasn't.
Hold on one second. I was just being summoned. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
By one of my chickens.
What?
By one of my chickens.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the ride home was from the expo was a bit a bit. Yeah, all right. So we're being encouraged to share here. I need to prepare one piece of this. So give me one moment.
There's Miss Courtney. Hello, beautiful girl.
Say
Haven't
hello to her.
I did say hello to her.
Do it again.
I said hello. Hello, Courtney. And hey, everybody, on my new post, please, as you see in the Get Haunted Network, you're going to see a new post and graphic for White Hill Mansion for November 8th. If I can get y'all to go out there and give that little puppy a share, that would be greatly appreciated. I would love if you guys could help us get the word out. That one does fill up fast. So if you're wanting to get in on White Hill, you might want to get on that. But if you don't mind sharing it out, we would love to get some eyes on that.
Yeah, help us out, people. Which is going to be a really cool topic that we're going to talk about later once we get our shit together here. For 2026 is going to be super cool, super different. There's some cool things coming. All right, so the ride home, right? Ride home. We're all driving. Rob, Tom Bolger, and Ryan Dayton in the Phantasm van. So we're just phantasming it up. Tom's driving. He had to work the following day. So we're on like sort of one of the darkest parts of Route 80 in Ohio. Lovely
Okay.
Ohio. You all right? Do you need to go?
No, I do not. Nope.
And Tom's like, dude, I gotta work tomorrow. Can you drive? I'm like, yeah, I'll drive. I know what this van means to Tom. I do. It's a cool ass van. So we're driving. I'm probably maybe 30 minutes in of my turn to drive, and we're just outside. We're just west of Cleveland, and Tom finally falls asleep. I was in the middle or left. I don't remember. Yes, I am. Thank you.
Bob. Is that what we're calling you?
But so we're driving, and it's super dark, and it's an 80s van, so it's not like HID headlights where you can see for 2 miles. It's like candles and tinfoil, basically. Right? Not the brightest shit in the world. So Tom falls asleep. Ryan and I are kind of chit-chatting. So I got over from the left lane or the middle lane, whichever it was, to the right lane. I'm like, I should slow down. I think it was doing like 75, 80. So I slowed down for whatever reason. And all of a sudden, 15 feet in front of us is an entire tractor trailer tire with the rim, tire, everything. It's like somebody just laid this thing in the middle of the road. I personally cannot remember
Look at
that. What I did. I don't even know what I did. Don't know. I don't know. Ryan sort of remembers some things, but somehow the only thing I remember is this massive explosion. Like it was like a bomb went off in the car. Tom shoots up. Somehow we're not launched into the air, right? We're just, but there's this horrendous dragging metal sound. It's like, we don't know what happened. So I'm like, holy shit. Tom's like, what? Ryan's like, we hit a tire. So we pull off, and there was this weird little pull off down to like where either a cell tower or some kind of, so we had our own little spot. So we pull down this thing, and it, like, we get out of the car. I'm pretty shaken up. I'll admit it. Like, I felt really bad, but also have no idea how this all happened. So we all get out of the van. They're looking at it. I'm trying to like stop shaking and light a cigarette. Tom's under the van. They're looking at tie rods, and Tom notices like all the friggin' sideboards are ripped off. There's brackets hanging. I'm sure there were sparks for the
had to be. Yeah.
So they're checking out the van to make sure it's even drivable. And all that's running through my head, and we've got all this shit in a van. I'm like, what are we gonna do? Plus, I felt bad, and so the running board's gone. There's parts of the van missing, and we kind of walked up to the road. I was a little nervous to be up there because if another car hit that, it could have come flying towards us. But it had taken out a tractor trailer and multiple other vehicles. They're all on the side of the road. And we're like, holy shit, let's get out of here. So we do. And I'm like, I need coffee after that. Like, I needed coffee. And I remember Ryan saying, hey, like, should we even be driving? Like, it's kind of creepy right now. We had our weekend. We were around some objects. We had this, I think, one haunted doll left in the car. So I'm like, let's just get coffee. We'll figure it out from there. I get a text message or a message from Candy a short while later. And she was like, oh my God, I just hit a deer. And we're like, oh God, what's happening? Right. So we get to this rest stop. There's a rest stop like 2 miles down.
Yeah.
We're in there. Tom's over we had to get coffee from Burger King, which isn't coffee. I don't know what it is, but it was something. And so Ryan and I are standing more towards the foyer, the entrance to the rest stop. There's a table and a little wall. So this little old lady comes in, right? And she didn't look like a hag or anything. She's dressed like an older lady, but she didn't. So she's walking and she was like muttering words. And so she walks past Ryan and I, and I'm like, hell. And then as she's going around, we keep hearing Ryan, right? And she came around us twice, Ryan. And he's like, dude, did she just say my name? I'm like, I think so. Like, but we couldn't make out the other words. Like, I think so. So then she got on the second rotation, she did it in 180 and started coming back. So now I've got eye contact with her and she's staring at me. And I'm like, hello. And she just kind of cocks her head a little and nods and walks out. And we look at each other like, what the hell? And Tom gets over there like, what the hell's happening? So Ryan really doesn't feel like driving at this point. So,
right. Wigged out.
Like, all right. We'll get a hotel. Right. Oh, and then we get in the car and we get a message from Chris of Nesper. And he's like, dude, I heard you guys okay. I'm like, we're good. He's like, we're in Cleveland. If you need anything, let us know. Okay, man, I think we're good. Thank you. So like 4 or 5 minutes after that, I get a message from Father Bob basically saying, hey, I'm praying for you, sending angels. Like, okay. Thank you, Father Bob. So we get to the next exit. We get off. There's a Holiday Inn Express sitting right there. And I'm like, all right, we're going there. But we're not taking chances. If I see that friggin', I know where, if Nesper's here, we're not staying here. And I didn't see the truck, so I'm like, okay. So we go in. We all get out of this van. We walk in, and the clerk is sitting there, and he's writing. He's got his head down. But his hands are all tattooed skeleton. He's got skeleton hands. He's got his neck's all tatted up. And he looks up. He looks up at me, and his eye is pitch black. One eye is pitch black, and the other one's this crazy, like, blue. And I'm like, hi, we need a room, right? So we get it. I need a suite. I need a pull-out bed. There's 3 of us. Okay, no problem. He sets us up. He's like, you're gonna need sheets, right? I'm like, yeah.
No sheets.
We're gonna be done in 5 minutes, right? So I'm like, well, we gotta get our shit out of the car anyway. So we'll be back. So I go out, light a cigarette, and I just look at them, and they're like, I'm like, you guys saw that, right? Like, I'm not even just make that shit up. They're like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. Dude's got a black eye. Fucking weird.
Mhm.
Now we're like, okay, it's either tattooed or you can dye them from what I'm told.
You
And I'm
can.
like, I don't want to be a dick and ask because I want to ask at this point. You know, like, are there any diseases that do that to you? And like, we can't find anything. I'm like, well, I'm fucking asking. They're like, are you? And I'm like, yeah. So we get our shit. I finish my smoke. I walk in. He's standing there and he's like, here's your stuff. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, hey, I got a question. But guys, this is a weird weekend for us. So I got to ask, what's going on with your eye? Like, is that a tattoo? Did you tattoo it? Is it dyed? He's like, oh no. He's like, I don't have an eye. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, you know, it's a prosthetic. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, you just got to understand, like, it's been a weird weekend. Yeah. So I gave him a little bit of the background. He's like, holy shit. Okay. So I'm like, you know, I did. I straight up asked him. I was like, you're human, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm human. I'm like, okay, good. Because we're going to take a selfie because nobody's going to believe this shit. So that's it. So I'm like, what's your name?
What a sweet
Like,
face he has, though. Like, what a sweet face.
he's like, my name's Angel. And I'm like, motherfucker. Well, let's go have a cigarette. So there's Angel, a super awesome dude. He just was, you can't just make this shit up, right? I mean, you could, but no matter what, at the end of the day, this makes for a great ass story on the way home from working with the guys.
Like,
And,
look at how sweet he looks.
no, he's
Like,
so nice, nicest dude ever. But I'm like, yeah, we have to take this, we have to take a selfie. He was all about it. He's a huge fan
mhm.
of Annabelle, right? And he just was. He's like, is she here? I'm like, no. And if she was, I wouldn't be. So again, I don't really fear anything, but this story was kind of creep show. Then, so Tom happened to have Sparky booze in the van. Don't ask me why. So we go upstairs. He starts making making drinks, and I'm like, I'm gonna have a cigarette before I drink. So I go down, and Angel's out there. So we talked. You know, it turns out he's from Jersey and then moved to Florida.
Mhm.
I got to meet the manager of the building. It was just is wild. Then I go back up to have my drink, and none of the key cards work. So I'm like, okay, we're just done. So we all
But
managed.
can we all talk about how beautiful his real eye is?
Well,
Like, that's a beautiful eye.
he's he was a beautiful soul. I had a really um really good conversation with him, and he was, you know, he's just trying to get through life and just moved there.
Yeah.
Left Florida. I was like, yeah, I don't blame you. So that was our drive home. So then we woke up, and then we made it all the way the hell home again. Joe ended up getting sick, so some of my boxes aren't here, so I can't find some certain things, but we're getting through it all. We're getting through it all. So that was the trip home from the Esoteric Expo.
With a very esoteric ending.
It's just,
Mine was so boring. I did not
well,
have.
this was until the heart attack moment. It was
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you had some excitement. I stopped. I got a McDonald's Coke. Gave me a tummy ache. That was about
yeah,
that
no,
was
we
about the
didn't
extent of it.
borrow. So yeah, I mean, we had a few pit stops, but that was sort of how it's kind of how we ended our journey on the way home, you know, with an unexpected hotel stay, but it was
Yeah,
necessary. I think
yeah,
it was the safest move
yeah.
for a lot of reasons. But yeah, so that was the trip home.
Mhm,
Then we
mhm,
got home, and everything's kind of been what it's been since. Just lots of catch up. I had
mhm.
to get up to the Shanley last night to drop off her merch. And there was a missing box out of that, so it's just
Yeah,
been a little bit chaotic,
yeah.
a little bit chaotic. So that's that. Now we're gonna gear up for. Thank you, Aaron. I should have called you. but that's not the shit he had. We're gearing up for Mid Orange, White Hill, and
New Egypt.
New Egypt.
Well, it actually goes White Hill, Mid-O, New Egypt.
That White Hill, awesome, always awesome. The Mid Orange event's going to be very, very unique. You know, it's us, it's Dave Giuliano, Barry Ruggiero, Bianca Rose. We got Paranormal Theory doing Terror Time. We've got sponsors like Brittany on the side, T sponsors, event sponsors. There's going to be fun merch where we highlight everybody. There's gallery readings, there's investigations, there's Q&A sessions. It's going to be a gathering, if you will. And my boy, now some of y'all might remember this guy from COVID because he was just all over the internet for a couple years, right? That's my buddy Jim. He was the tour manager for the Misfits. How I met him, actually, I was on a flight to Japan many moons ago. I was in the gift shop at Newark Airport, and in front of me was Marky Ramone from the Ramones. That's why he's Marky Ramone. And it's like, I don't usually geek out over people, but here's a Ramone standing in front of me buying like gummy bears. And so I'm like, hey, Marky. He's like, hey. He's like, I'm like, big fan, man. Like, fucking cool to see it. So I don't bother people. So he goes off, does his thing. I get all my shit because it's about a 14, back then at least, was a 14-hour flight to Japan, 14, 15, depending on wind. And you just want to have your own stuff because there's not always great stuff to eat. And I'm sitting there, and here comes this gaggle of literal misfits walking down the aisle, and it's Jerry only. It's the Misfits, the band, the Misfits, which you probably don't know. Based on our conversation yesterday with Brittany, you might know this. The iconic Misfit skull, right? That is a one way people know who the Misfits are. But anyway, so it's the Misfits. And turns out they're on my flight. I'm like, and they sit right across from me. So I'm like, holy shit, there's the Misfits. And we get to talk, and I end up sitting next to Marky on the flight out. And I'm like, it was just a surreal moment, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm literally sitting next to the Misfits and Marky Ramone on a flight to Japan. This is the coolest shit ever. And I think probably my most memorable moment was about an hour into the flight. Hold on.
I'm going to answer that question, Chris. I only know the T-shirt. I don't know the band. I don't know music. I don't know a song by the Misfits.
Well, the T-shirt.
I know the T-shirt, and that's from Hot Topic. That's the only reason I know.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Hot Topic.
Because I had a Hot Topic. We were looking up like where my name was connected, and he made fun of the fact that I was connected to like a Hot Topic, repeat offender. Listen, they have great T-shirts. Okay.
All right, Chris. I'm not bragging. I'm explaining a story. Okay, Dick. Or he's saying who doesn't know who they are. Yeah. Okay. So that's the message. Jerry, Glenn Danzig was part of it. Anyway. But Jim, so we, we're on this flight, and how do I take that down? Take that down. Oh, never mind. I got it. So we're on this flight, about an hour in, all these, Japanese, and if you've ever been in Japan or worked with Japanese, very, very, they're very, very polite. They just are. So they walk, all of a sudden these people are walking up, and if you go to Japan or when they hand you your receipt, it's always with two hands. Everything is with two hands. It's just a show of respect. So they're coming up with their little notepads, for autographs from Marky, and sitting next to him, so they think I'm with him for whatever reason. So they're handing me the autographs, and I'm like fighting it. He's like, just sign the damn things, man. So I was literally sat there for a little while and signed autographs with Margie Ramone on the flight. So we all got to talking. They invited me to their show in a town called Shibuya, and I'm like, that'd be awesome, thank you. Right. So the day prior, I had gone on a train and found Shibuya. I found the venue. They literally invited me. Like, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. The other problem with working for Japanese and being in Japan is everybody works like 22 hours a fucking day. So, you work all day, then you go and you have your dinner, especially if you're a guest, and then you go back to work. I couldn't go. I was heartbroken. And my brother-in-law was pissed because he was a huge Ramones fan, and I didn't get him an autograph. So I was like, don't worry, I'll get it. So I was bummed out. Then now I'm going home. A week later, I'm coming through Narita Airport, and there's security surrounding all these guys, and it's the Misfits. And I'm like, they're tearing their shit apart. And I'm walking by, and Cherry's like, hey, dude, like, why didn't you come to the show? And I'm like, I'm like, oh, you remember me. It was a geek moment. I was like, I couldn't, right? So it turns out we were on the same flight home. We all had bought the same little remote control cars because Japan has got the coolest shit ever if you're into toys and whatnot. So we were all racing the cars around at the gate. And once again, we sat next to each other. Jim and I started talking. And next thing you know, we were like super tight friends. And he's just a good guy. He's a beast of a human being. As evidenced here, that photo. So he's a cosplayer as well, and he's known mostly for being Lord Humongous for these cosplay. They do this crazy Mad Max shit out in the desert where everybody goes ape shit, and it's insane. But he's a really good friend of mine. He's coming, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna reintroduce you to the world, because now that COVID's gone and the end of times isn't here. Well, it's not gone, but I think it's
the end of times. That's
end of times is here, but people aren't freaking out like they were during COVID. So Jim will be there with his wife Faye, who is the producer of the one film. She did a film about Jim and the lifestyle, the wasteland, beyond the wasteland. I can't remember the name of the friggin' movie. But she'll be there as well, along with their kids. Yeah, so it's gonna be cool. They're good people. They've been in a couple of events with us. I just wanted to give them some credit, since that's what this whole event is about, is recognizing not the dorks standing up front, but the community and the people that are coming along. So yeah, I know that was the one thing I miss about travel, dude, is Ryan is running into people. Gene Simmons. Wow. Yeah, okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I ran into Pia Zadora. Remember her?
Oh God, Pia. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into her.
Is she like this big?
She's teeny tiny.
Yeah.
And then I sat next to God damn, what's his name? Tony Bennett, on a flight across from him out to Vegas, and
Stop. It's making me think of this when Rob and I, after he was on the show and we first met, and he was kind of giving me like, his resume a little bit, like, oh, look at this picture. And now that you're talking about famous people, he sent me this picture, and I had my glasses. He sends me this picture, and you were like, I was a few drinks in. You're like, you admit it. I think you were traveling. Christ. You're like, a few drinks in, you're at the airport, and he's got this picture, and he's all happy, and he's got his arm around this guy.
Hold on, I'll just show the picture.
I'm always at the store. I'm always at the market getting food. So I was sitting there, no glasses, looking at this picture. I'm like, oh, you look like I don't know. I was like, you remind me of Matthew McConaughey for some reason in the picture, but he was so proud because he met this person and called him by the wrong name, which makes me laugh my ass off. There's Jay. Hey, Jay, we miss you. We were just
Hey,
talking
Jay.
about you.
I literally brought you up again yesterday.
We need to talk.
All right. So here's the problem. Delta makes really, really good Bloody Marys.
Okay. They do.
So good. If I can find the picture, it'll make more sense. So they make these great Bloody Marys, and I'm a fan of Bloody Marys.
Okay.
I love them.
You love a lot of girly drinks, yeah.
What'd you just say?
What?
I'm sorry, what?
What? Sorry, what? You love a good Bloody Mary?
I love a good Bloody. So I had a few, and I have a way of, sweet talking.
Is that what you call it?
The stewardesses. Yeah. So, they don't cut me off. So I was flying out to Missouri to do an event, and I landed and I'm outside waiting for my ride and having my first cigarette.
Jason McGray, you can be my friend too, okay?
And I look down, a couple of doors down, and there's a dude that looks really familiar wearing a like a Kango, like a hat. His hat.
It's Kangol, but yeah, sure.
Is that what it is? I don't know, man. And I walk up all staggery, and I'm like, hey, Dustin. Look at my drunk ass, one eye half shut. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I'm Tango. And I'm like, oh, I knew that. He's like, I totally knew that. I knew that. Yeah.
I think it is the fun. I don't know that picture.
Asshole.
Like that picture makes me like, and I was just like, you look like Matthew McConaughey, and maybe it's your drunk ass. I don't know. It's just
look, man, I got my bows on. I'm all fat and happy and drunk. One lazy eye. So, yeah, I'm not offended, man. Not everybody has the, quality or the level of taste that I have or sophistication.
Hey, Dustin.
Right. So, yes, I called Tango Dustin, and I'm sure that I had to rub his ass the wrong way. And I'm sorry. I know you watch Tango.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Dustin Perry. But weren't they once allies?
What?
Weren't they once allies? Dustin and Tango.
Yeah, I don't think they hate each other. I'm just saying it would be like someone calling me Sarah.
Well, that would be very bizarre and weird if they called you Sarah.
All right, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean.
I think it's a funny. I think it's
it was. It wasn't in the moment. I was just like, Jesus. Yeah, basically true. No, actually, I think I didn't until I started getting haunted.
You were beardless when I met you.
I was on 12/22. Yeah. I look stupid there too.
You stop. Yeah, so it's story time.
Oh my God, I hate that picture.
What picture?
From 12/22. You guys want to see the day I met Sarah for the very first time? 12/22. Where'd that go? I was. Oh, that's in there. Okay. Yes, no beard. Much. Probably like 50 pounds heavier. And I was up in my office, right? Yeah.
I don't know where you were.
Yeah, I was. Where the hell? I don't know where it went. Oh, well, I teased y'all and it ain't happening. Well, they make it really hard.
I should put that live. I'll share that live so you guys can see. Where you guys can see where I explain Get Haunted better than Rob explains Get Haunted.
Hey, Sarah.
He even says on the show, like, I need to write that down. Nobody else has
I
gotten it.
found it. Hold on. I found it. Like I have like a lot of folders, people, and this shit ain't easy. Here we go. Let me get rid
Oh,
of my.
wait. Let's get rid of this so you guys can see.
So look at Sarah, all Farrah Fawcetted up. Dee Dee. Me looking like a doofus.
You don't look like a doofus. It just doesn't look like you.
No, it doesn't look like me. And then Bill and Tanya.
Bill and Tanya.
And yeah, that was day 0. There you go. All right, take that shit down. There you go. So we got all that going on. So yeah, I just replaced the headlight in my car. Hey, fuck off, Stace. Or 2. I just replaced the headlight in my car today, which whoever designs cars sucks, right? To get to the headlight on a Ford Escape on the right hand on the passenger side, you need hands like this big, like baby hands.
You need tiny hands.
So I had to like kind of pull the reservoir off and then undo it. It took an extraordinary amount of time. And now that I got it in, I have a feeling that it's a high beam light. So it's better than not having a light, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think so. But don't ask me because I no clue. Just know you need headlights, you need brake lights.
Yeah. So Stace, I didn't get stung by a bee. I was married and 50 pounds heavier.
You ate dinner every night.
I ate dinner every night. I had a mother-in-law that was Polish and made like the most fattening shit in the world. So yeah.
Yeah, we always talk about Naszniki, and you're like, oh my God, she made the best Polish pancakes. You're like, she made them the best.
Oh, those were so good.
They're so delicious.
Oh, so good. I could eat like 1,000 of those.
Yeah, when I make them, I eat them, take them off the pan. Like I make the next one, you just make it a little conveyor belt.
Yeah, you can't even wait. I can't wait. I couldn't wait. And then,
well, why would you wait?
And my kid was little and was making pierogies with her, so I had a steady supply of food coming in. It was food. Yeah. So we got that going on. We do have four locations locked in for next year right now, or 4 events at least. For right now, so we're off and running. We'll make you aware of those. We do, as we revamp and reconfigure, there's some really cool things coming for you guys, and something we have to talk with Chris about still. Next year is going to be super different, super cool, super fun, super awesome, super.
Yeah, it's I think it's revamp, refresh, start again, sort of, looking at, I think, when you cannot know until you're in it, sort of what fills your bucket, what the community really is like. I think we've learned a lot in a if it might feel like a lot of years, but in a short amount of time, I feel like we've really learned a lot, learned what's important to us and to the mission of Get Haunted, learn what truly is important to those that want to share in community, right? And we've walked away from the things that, it's not that they're not important, there's a lot of stuff is handled by other people, and it's just not something that's interesting or we're interested in. So we're investing in community. I think that's where we've started. And I think it's what we really have discovered after some trial and errors. Like we want to invest in community.
And we have to, right? So, and we want to do that in some unique ways. So there'll be additions, subtractions, changes. It's like any business goes through that every year. If you don't, you're making a mistake. So changing the way we do some things, changing some of the places we go or don't go to. It's going to be cool. It's going to be, but even more so, bringing more. It's going to be very cool, very mutually beneficial.
Yeah, which I love. I don't know if you paid attention, but Aaron Palmer talking about the app he had discussed before. I remember him saying this, and he's working on it. So, like that particular project that Aaron Palmer is working on is exactly the stuff that we look forward to investing in for 2026 because it really. I think after working this expo at Rock Island, getting to be on the other side of it, not just as a vendor, but as an organizer, it certainly solidified some thoughts in my head and, and sort of where I want to spend some time. So super. What's
Everybody
that?
needs a Shanley Hotel hoodie. It's half off.
You should. Why is it messed up?
Yeah. Can you see?
No. Well, I mean, because I'm not seeing anything but black. Oh, it's backwards.
It's upside down.
It's upside down.
I messed up.
Jason McGray, if you have an idea, maybe Aaron Palmer, he seems to know sort of how to move forward in an app.
Well, Aaron's bounced some app things off maybe in the past. He's done some cool stuff.
We will talk to you, Ryan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're all gonna need stuff. So Sparky and I got into a discussion one day about EVPs, and Sarah and I have talked about this for years, actually. But I have tinnitus or tinnitus, however you want to pronounce it. I think the official proper is tinnitus, but I call it tinnitus. And if you don't know what that is, it's a high pitched squeal, and the coxilla, the little hairs in your ears get damaged. So if you ever went to a concert and didn't wear earplugs, that ringing you have in the days after is this issue. Sometimes it goes away and sometimes it's permanent. Mine has been permanent since I was 19. And it can be debilitating. I remember when it first started, after like a week, and then 2 weeks, I'd lay there and I would cry because you're like, this is never going to go away. And it's horrible. And it does get in the way of, in conversations can be tough sometimes, or in quiet rooms, it can be like deafening, believe it or not. But after many, many years, you do kind of get used to it. My hearing aids, they've measured it. They can find the frequency and then pump a reverse frequency. It doesn't eliminate it, but it can help. But anyway, I also hear a lot of the white noise. I just do. There's natural white noise that's happening. And I have always said to you that I think that's the carrier for EVPs. And Sparky and I got into this it was good to hear somebody else kind of have the same theory. So we're going to sit and talk about it. There'll be times mine sounds like super high pitched running water, like dripping. And then sometimes it's a solid waveform. And sometimes I don't even notice it. And then other times it's like crickets in my head or cicadas, I should say. So we want to understand, we want to have a deeper talk about, do people with hearing issues like that, or people that wear hearing aids like I do, you've heard it. You've heard things come through my hearing aids.
Absolutely. If you sit next to them during a session, seriously, you would, it's so obvious. I mean, there are times where, we try to be very quiet while he's doing his EVP sessions, and I will full on hear, sometimes not always, but I have heard full on conversations.
Yeah. It's fucking insane. Right. And when I first got kitted up with these things, I forget how old Ava was, my kid. And oh yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy. But my daughter was talking to me, and Sarah knows me for this too. If like I just look at people, I'm like, what? Like Sarah translates for me sometimes, especially when my ears are low. But my kid was so frustrated that she couldn't communicate with me, and I felt bad. So I went and I took my hearing test, thinking it was going to be like, okay, I knew the right ear was not good, but I failed. We
Miserable.
failed miserably. Like, you
Yeah.
know, you're in that little booth. It was like school again, and the girls saying words, the lady, and I was supposed to repeat them. So she was like, toothbrush. And I'm like, toothbrush. I say it again, toothbrush, toothbrush. Third time, toothbrush. Hey, Angelina. And then she came to a little window and she's like, school bus. And that's when I realized, and then she proved it to me, that you learn how to read lips, right? You rely on reading people's lips. For me, it was a problem in Japan, and now it makes sense because a lot of them will, I don't know why, but they cover their mouth when they talk. So I was fucked in Japan. I'm like, I couldn't understand anything anybody was saying. So, but anyway, I got these, and I remember the first day, I was like, oh my God, like this is insane. And then I went to Penhurst, and I remember walking in to Penhurst and being like, thinking there was like grade school kids there, like this class trip. And like, why would they bring kids here? It was the weirdest thing. Um, it spooked me. I turned them off. I'm like, fuck this. But then I learned how to kind of listen. It's not all the time. But also what they do is they'll feed back, and if something gets close to them, you'll start hearing squealing coming out of my ear for no reason. It's fucking wild. Anyway, so we're gonna have that talk one day.
I think see, these are all the little things that so many of us, pardon me, as investigators or researchers or explorers or curious, we just don't stop and think about, like, take your own day apart. Like, start picking the paranormal apart for a minute. You have experiences. We know there are experiences out there. There's no doubt. People can go and debunk it all day long. We know there's experiences, but how much do we stop and really go, okay, like, let's now tear me apart for a minute and think about, like, how am I feeling? What am I doing? What are some of my challenges? I do wonder how much of gene mutations and autoimmune and disability and mental health struggles, like all of those little pieces, right? And we just had this conversation the other day. I found a really interesting reel, and somebody in my life does battle this, but the reel was just so intriguing because it was basically, have you seen a demon? Have you met the devil? Have you seen angel? Paranormal experiences. And it's called the Meth Bible. Meth, METH, the Meth Bible. It's called Fire and Ice. And it talks about that specific drug addiction, and they use this term, the paranormal experiences that happen. And because I have somebody in my life closely related that deals with mental health and that particular drug addiction, and the stories that I've heard from that particular person. So that I think isn't, I don't think we take all these things into account.
No, right. And you do have to think about, the altered states of consciousness that, drugs like ayahuasca and things like that LSD will put you into. And what does that open up? I know Talich is on the side, just like probably full of all kinds of information.
Wisdom. Yeah.
And how different is that from just sitting and being and meditating and trying to, be in the moment? I'm sure the assistance helps, right? It helps. open you up at least what I've done. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do, people, because
No, but people talk about
yeah,
microdosing
I know.
with paranormal, and I'm the only thing for me would be marijuana, and I just don't smoke enough. I just don't. I don't on a daily. I don't even on a monthly. I just do here and there. But I'm curious.
It's illegal, Sarah.
It's not. It's very legal.
It's illegal.
It's very legal. But what is interesting to me is, we talk about you think about people, at in institutions, schizophrenia or any other where you hallucinate either auditory or visual, you do have to wonder. I guess in the paranormal, here's where I stand. You can't say always and you can't say never. Those are two words that do not fit when we talk about things of the unknown, unseen, unexplainable. You just can't. And if you do, I think you're missing some things. So, can schizophrenia be purely something that is happening right in your brain? But could there also be some moments where that line is blurred and now you've crossed into an alternate reality, a different realm? You're touching on some things. There are so many. We scratch the surface of the paranormal, and this is where paranormal starts to split into very many different categories. And I think that the surface is, and to my dear friend Angelina, I think the word debunker is used for you, but I do believe you're not. You are an experiencer. You do go in and discern many experiences. I think there's a difference between debunking and discernment, but I do believe that there are those that it's surface and they move on, and that's that. It's very black and white, and we know life in itself is very gray. And I think that we don't go enough into, and it would take so many years, so many individuals, so many studies, so many everything to really do this, to really get a better idea on what's really happening. But, I think this is where we're missing the mark so much. And we're fighting about things that we just there is not one person. I have stated this for myself too. I do Reiki. I love Reiki. I practice very traditional Reiki. That's it. It's Usui. That's it. To know every crystal, to know every sign in Reiki, to know every chakra, to know you just don't know everything. You just can't, to be proficient in it all. So I do think we've missed the mark on a lot of this stuff to have a deeper and better understanding to experiences. We are fighting. We focus on the paranormal. We don't talk about the experience, and there's so much that goes into an experience.
Yeah, and I think the divergence happens when it becomes about the what versus the why, right? And that's when, like, how is this even possible? People fighting experiences based on the physics that we understand here right now. And then they'll fight you to death on that when we don't even know, right? We don't know what we don't know yet. So for them, it's about what is it and how could it happen, and scientifically proving it with a science that may not even exist yet, to the why is this happening to someone. For me, and it's why I don't post a lot of evidence. I've shared some of my best shit with you. I think we were talking about that one picture last night. There's I know what the fuck I saw, and I captured it.
Are you talking about the picture that I have actually witnessed change
and deleted? And I had to keep resending it to you.
I do delete. Well, you've asked me to delete it. I do delete it. It is an obsessive. That picture, that I would love to use that in a study, actually, because that picture elicits like obsession. And I was obsessed. Like, I didn't keep it for very long, but within the short amount of time I had it, the desire to keep going back to it.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem with that
And it
picture.
changes. Like
It does change.
you will see new things in this photo every time.
It
And I
moves.
swear to God, like on my kid, I've never changed it. I've never put this photo
Well, first of
out.
all, you know, because you sent it to me and the photo changed for me
Yeah, on your phone.
on my phone.
It will change.
Mhm.
It changes. And I remember the night I took that. I think we talked about this last night. I was sitting at the top of the stairs in a pretty iconic location, and I was looking into this room, and I'm like, I knew there was nobody else up there. I knew it,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? I knew it.
Yeah.
Um, and I was looking, and I could see them sitting there, and they were doing something. I could actually see the movement. I'm like, but I, honest to God, I was so terrified. I don't know. Maybe terrified isn't right. Something was like, don't even fucking think about going in there. Don't.
Yeah.
But you have to document this. You have to.
Yeah.
So I did. I sat and I grabbed that photo. I think there's another one. I remember it was like really hard for me to even breathe right because I was like so blown away by what I'm looking at.
Mhm.
And the
Mhm.
feeling wasn't right. And everything about it was just
Mhm.
unnatural.
Mhm.
And I had to force myself away from it. And it did remind me of something that happened there months earlier. But I had to like literally tear myself away from it because like if you keep staying, like you're
Mhm.
gonna get lost in this. It's just not
Yeah.
healthy. It's just
Mhm.
something. I'm not saying this photo is evil or anything. I'm saying
No.
this photo is insane. Like,
But that's the part of, and I think this is where I've never, hey, James, I love see, everybody always says hi to you. It's
no,
lovely when somebody says hi to
yeah,
me. Hi,
whatever.
James. Um, I think this is the really intriguing part of the paranormal, and probably why, for me, one of the reasons why I love to listen to Angelina. Um, I think when you take a hard stance on anything, either direction, extreme belief or not, I think that where I get lost in all of these things is trying. You cannot deny experience. Now we're taking out just complete liars that walk in and go, "This happened," and not, there was zero experience, right? They're just claiming it. We're taking those people out, but I'm talking about experiences that we as living people do have sometimes, maybe not daily, but often enough where, we might blow off, we might try to explain, or we just kind of like, there's no way. And I think this is where I get lost in the debunker world, because you don't, just because you didn't experience it doesn't mean that it's not true, right? So we have to understand that the experience, what I think we've always tried to do it at Get Haunted, and who you and I are, is understanding the experiencer. Stop debunking experiences, try to get to know the experiencer,
Mm.
and understand where all this stuff comes from. And I think this is why that's right now paranormal has become this weird divisive topic. We had this conversation not that long ago. It's like it's become church, where the paranormal was this thing where we stepped away from religion, saying, wait, this is what religion taught me. This is what the church taught me. And you're not allowed to believe all this stuff. But I do believe all this stuff. So, right, we go over here and we're like, hey, everybody, we're underground. We don't follow the rules. We have this thing we believe something that's unexplainable. And now it's become so mainstream, it's become church. And now you can't like who you want to like. You can't believe what you want to believe. You can't have the experiences you've had because that's just not how it's going to go. You have to follow XYZ and these people and these debunkers. And if you don't, you're an asshole. So they've just taken the paranormal, the one thing we all had that was like, hey, shit ain't the way people said. And now they're saying, oh, shit's the way we all said. It's a sad turn of
No.
events, in my opinion.
No, it's just the way that only certain people say, and if you
Mhm.
fall out of that,
Mhm.
fall out of line with that, it can
Mhm.
blow up on you, right? Even like, so we'll be honest, the whole Conjuring House dilemma here, right? Everybody's up in arms about, you know, so that is dividing. And watching people get divided on that. I'm watching people make some mean comments. It's nothing new, right? We see this shit all the time.
Yeah, you have to agree. I guess for me, I would always hope, and especially as I've gotten older and the more that I've been in the paranormal, and I can admit it, I will admit it, and I've admitted it before. It has, the last 4 years have been even more enlightening and liberating for me, that you've given me the opportunity to work so closely with the community, and that the community that we've built has allowed me to do this, but to be able to open up, and receive people's experiences and lay zero judgment on it. Zero. You just go, that this is their experience, and you kind of, they allow you to have the conversation, and maybe let's think of it this way and let's think of it that way, and could it be this? Where I can admit years earlier, if I heard certain things, I roll an eye or be like, okay, right? Like now, I think being able to be with these people, to talk to people, people who have, that we've met, that are so, um they're open to like having private conversation, like, hey, let's talk, like, this has happened, right? Rob was probably the first time where he shared extreme experiences with me, and I just received them, and I wouldn't have been that open to doing that. So I think it's where I've been able to step back and go, wow, first of all, can we just listen to each other? Can we just have a moment where, right, like, somebody sharing with you, it takes a lot to share those experiences, and maybe learn to ask questions to better understand, instead of, oh, this person posted this, now I'm going to take it, I'm going to tear it apart and make them look like an asshole. Like, I don't get that piece anymore. Like, I don't understand the need
Yeah.
to not, I don't understand the need to tear down and not go, well, let's dig in and understand, like, hey, Rob, I've never had those experiences, and I haven't had experiences like yours. Yours were extreme. So to be able to go, let's talk about them. And you listen to me, you listen to my belief, or where I was at that point, right? And then we opened up conversations, and then it turned into Seek with Your Soul, and then we had people
Yeah.
sharing, and they grow, these conversations grow. And it's not about agreeing or disagreeing, it's about growing those conversations and going, okay, wait, what could that have been? What else could that be? Why does a picture change? Why could a
Yeah.
picture change, and what could that mean? And yeah, I just think that's the real sad reality of this. We got to be the, look, I don't think you and I have ever said we need to be the first ones to discover anything. It's about just talking and
No,
discovering each
I mean,
other.
listen, I'm already a pioneer and an innovator and
Mhm.
incredibly handsome. For me to do anything else would be rude to all of humanity.
Mhm.
But to James's point here, and I'm not throwing my hat in this whole Conjuring House thing, but I
Right.
will say, and I do have a connection to that house and some very big experiences there. And I do care about the house and the property. Um, but this appears, at least on the surface, to me,
Mhm.
to be very much a popularity contest. Why? Because in this particular instance, it's okay. for someone to purchase a property, an iconic piece of property. And there was another instance not long ago where two people purchased a property and it created a giant fucking shitstorm. Which, by the way, they purchased, outright. So I don't understand that. Why are we mad at these two and not mad at this one? And why is it okay for this one to own it, not that one? And especially in America, where, again, man, look, and sorry, that's how it works. If you have the money to do something, you can do it, right? And if whoever buys that wants to turn into a Wawa and bulldoze the motherfucker, that's well within their rights as long as they're zoned, right?
You don't have to like it, but it is just the way it goes.
Hunt the person down and fucking string them up. Like, this shit's crazy what I'm watching. So to watch people kind of flip-flop on stances and opinions based on a television personality or a YouTube personality, to me is kind of, it's just mindless.
Well, and I think that also lends to when you have somebody purchase something that is in your realm of interest, right? And you're like, well, I don't think that person should get it. What we don't know is, do you know everything that person has an obsession for or a passion for, or what their own experiences are, or do you only know them for one thing? And I think that's where we have to be able to, as adults, and I think this is where we aren't, as adults, being able to say this, you know what, I only know what I know.
Let's take this. And I don't know what your statement means. It sucks. I don't know what part sucks. But the truth is, it may be disappointing, and it may be like not what people want on whoever gets it. But that doesn't mean it sucks. That's literally life and how business works and how real estate works and how the world works. Like, we've said this a million, we're not owed anything. We're not owed that access to that property. They might put a 30-foot fucking wall up around that thing and be like, get out of here. I mean, look, I was really good friends with Corey and Jen, and I know it was brutal for him to have to 24/7, keep an eye on that property and people on it constantly. So, there's a million facets to this, but the thing that baffles me is why it's okay for some and not for others.
Well, we've said this from the very beginning, right? I mean, we ourselves have experienced that it's not okay for us to make money, but it's okay for the very people who complain that we make money, that their friends are allowed to make money the way they make money. So it's called human. We justify what we like. We justify who we don't like. And I think for me, the paranormal was this amazing way to be able, especially through Get Haunted, was to be able to meet very amazing and smart people like you on the side and have these open conversations. And it doesn't mean we walk away going, and we're in an echo chamber and we believe the same way. We don't. A lot of us do not believe the same way, and that's okay. And that's what makes these conversations way more enriched and I don't know, to me, intoxicating, because it's like, I do walk away from these conversations and then I start thinking of other things, right? I start thinking in different terms, and it's like, wow, this sort of brings me to a whole another level of conversations to think of and want to have with you guys. So I am always inspired when you guys do this and have these conversations. And, in the end, I just hope that what we do realize is, or I hope you guys all realize, that we appreciate your shares of experiences and theories and thoughts to build these conversations up. And they are oftentimes, we do talk about this stuff off air, like after shows.
We talk about it a lot. But so Brittany, right? I guess, so my point, I'm not picking on you here. I'm not. But if Pennhurst, right, you have an affinity for it because you love history and you love the paranormal.
She's amazing with history.
Right. Now there's a billion other fucking in Pennsylvania, there's millions of other historic buildings. that don't get the same amount of attention, right? So there's a lot of reasons here for the people that own it, getting these buildings up to code, and it's not
An
cheap or
undertaking. Yeah.
easy, right? But I don't think it would it would hurt as bad if this was a building that wasn't allegedly haunted, or a series of buildings that wasn't allegedly haunted that you had no connection to, right? So I think this is where the right, we develop these connections to these places when there's a million other of them out there, like the Shanley Hotel, right? But that's not Pennsylvania, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I get it, right? Emotions get mixed into, because we become very attached to these places because they mean something. Penhurst, and I've been to Penhurst 20, 30 times. Like, I worked there almost every weekend for the first couple of years. I loved it. And yes, I'm not happy about it, but I understand, and I'm not gonna like lose my shit over it.
And it's not done to us personally, and I think that's the other thing. Like you just said, it for many, that location means something. It's where somebody got their start. It's where somebody had their first experience. It's where somebody did their first Paracon. But guess what? There's another location out there that was somebody's first too. And
my first was in a fort in the woods.
Yeah, we know. So, and I think what's interesting, this conversation was out there about these locations, and somebody's opinion was very much what Rob just stated, which is, there are other locations that are just as worthy for us all gathering together and doing GoFundMes and helping them, stay open or to continue on in a new way. And literally the response back was, you want to make money for that location, an unknown location, get it on TV. Then maybe people will want to put money in. Now think about that. If you think for a second that the only locations that are worthy of a GoFundMe is one that got on TV because that's how people buy, then you've dumbed down so many people. And I think it's time for people to wake up. I say it all the time, you can have a beautiful expo con in your local area at an amazing location with amazing local community. You can do it.
You can.
And you should do it.
I'm going to make our first announcement for 2026 here. And I didn't want to do this until like end of November, early December. But this is important, and we need your help. I found a haunted Lamborghini.
Oh, God.
It's a Gallardo, black.
Mm-hmm.
It's infested, poltergeist activity. And I want to save it.
Right, Denise? My house has been on TV. Send me money. I mean, it's kind of I think that's a very short-sighted opinion to share with somebody, and to go after somebody because their opinion is, hey, there's other worthy, less known locations, and their fix was get it on TV, then people will. So to me, you dumb down a whole bunch of people, but you guys know how I feel about that. When we were gone after, they challenged your ability to be critical thinkers and have discernment. And I took offense to that piece a lot because, I think this is where not all of us got our start, or not all of us do what we do because TV.
No. I just want to know where David was scratched. It was front or back. And I have to correct my last announcement. It was not a Lamborghini. It was an Impala.
Nice. Nice. All right. Well, listen, we got off on a tangent there, but that's what's so amazing about connecting with you guys on a Wednesday and having these conversations. And we do hope you follow us. We've got some amazing things coming up for 2026, and we do hope that it leans more into, paranormal, what it means, what it is, the experiences, the experiencers, the time for bullshit social media drama and everything else is done. It's had its turn. It proved to be boring and so it is now time to talk about some amazing amazing things like getting together at these locations, expanding the conversations. And you do, Denise, you get to torment him.
Yeah. I'm hoping there's some fudge waiting.
Oh,
You
okay.
need it after that long drive.
Denise, you want her
If anybody needs Ouija pendulum boards, get ready. These are going back into production here in a short little while. Once I get back from my Kentucky baptism.
Oh, thank you, Angelina. Well, you know what? It's time. We're going to keep fighting to have conversations. That's what our mission has always been, is to open those doors to conversations and getting in there. We don't know. We don't know it all. We don't, but together we know an awful lot, right? The more we all share, the more we all add to the pot of topics. It certainly gets us and I don't know, I think I've learned more from conversations here than I've ever learned just from a debunking channel of hearing people's opinions of why they don't believe what they believe. This is great. We all know we don't believe some things, but let's talk about why we might believe some things and what we might be able to discover if we sort of add everybody's of why they believe. That's the whole point here. So look forward to it. Look forward to it. Yeah. I'm hungry. I'm
starving. I think I'm gonna have some chili.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
With some bread.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Corn chips up in that motherfucker.
Oh, yes. Thank you, James. Yeah, I agree. And this is not an attack on debunkers. I think there are debunkers, and then there are those that just have shit opinions that just call themselves debunkers. That's what I think. There's a difference. There's a difference between I want to share my shitty opinion and listen, let's really take something apart and discern my opinion. That's my opinion.
Let's
Oh, I don't care. Listen, they're going to come after me again.
I'm ready to eat my damn chili.
Get your chili. All right. So with that, you know what we always say, folks. We see you. We do. We see you every day. We appreciate you more than you can ever imagine. And we love you. So thank you for being the good in the community. Keep doing what you're doing. And you will see us on the internet. Hey, do me a favor, though. Don't forget, check out our new post on White Hill on the network and get that thing shared out for me. We need some eyes on it, folks. That's what it's all about. Sharing is caring. So with that, we hope you have a fantastic Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Safe travels to everyone out there doing that. Don't forget, drink your water. So with that, we outie. Peace.